We saw Think Like a Man. You guys didn't know a lot about it, didn't have many expectations. What'd you think?
Well, I can tell you, we had to choose between this and The Lucky One. I went and saw both of them. We made the right choice.
What's The Lucky One?
The Zac Efron movie, where
Oh, yeah.
he finds that picture of a girl and then he creeps her.
That's how I met my girl.
So, I was pretty pleasantly surprised with this movie.
I was
It
too,
really
honestly.
funny.
Yeah.
It was pretty long.
It was long.
It was over 2 hours. But, yeah, I mean, it had a lot of good jokes. I felt really invested in relationships. I cared about all the characters, and it was just really funny.
Yeah,
It was
like,
good.
I hate ensemble movies, and I hate movies where they narrate, and this movie had both, but somehow it just worked.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, because I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much, but, you know, you have to, if you want to enjoy it, you just have to know you're going into a romantic comedy. Besides that, like, I know we kind of labeled it as a black movie.
Why does
you
he
know,
keep doing that? Why does he keep saying that?
But, no, it's targeted, I mean, it's targeted for black people, but I don't think it, you know, white people could enjoy it, anybody could enjoy it. I thought it was just good.
Yeah.
I think it's sounding racist.
It's definitely it's a good movie to take your girlfriend to because you can enjoy it, but it's like a girlfriend. You know, you can be like, that one was for you. Now I get to watch Aladdin or whatever you watch. You fucks. Sorry.
So I have something to talk about for
Okay.
this movie. So Steve Harvey, is that his name?
Yeah,
Steve Harvey has a writing credit on this movie.
I think because he wrote the book, but
But-
it's a real book.
Right, it's a book, but it's really just the book that they're talking about in the movie. It's just talking about, you know, how helping women to understand how men think. It's
Yeah.
not the movie.
Yeah,
You know, it's not the story of the movie in a book. It's just a women self-help book.
yeah,
But in a way, because of the characters that he defines in his book are what the characters are based off of in the movie. You know, so in a
It
way,
seems odd to me.
Yeah.
I think he deserved some type of credit, whether it's producer or based on the book. I don't know.
But it's not based on the book. That's my point. It's not. I mean, it's like if some character in a movie, if like Peter Venkman picked up a book in Ghostbusters, you know, written by some ancient author and read some passages out of it, you know, to discuss how they should fight the ghosts, and then that author gets a writing credit. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's actually not the same as what Ryan just described at all. Again, all four.
Okay, Matt, you've read the book. You've read how men think or whatever the book's called. Why don't you tell us about it?
I'm saying all four of the characters are characters or like archetypes that he talks about in the book. He says there's the mama's boy, there's the player, there's the the guy with potential, and
Right, but Mama's Boy, players, people with potential are written about in tons and tons and tons of books. Those authors didn't get credits.
Yeah, like you can read a lot about players in my book, Maxing Out.
No, what I'm saying is, like the way he describes that women can get those types of men to change and commit are exactly what happens on screen. I mean, the whole thing was like a 2-hour infomercial for his book.
Yeah, I think it's a gray area. I think it's never before been done. It's not they just pick up a book and
Well,
talk about
I thought it was cool. I mean, I think it was cool how they did it and how they incorporated
You just
the
really
book. It was kind of, it reminded me a little bit of adaptation, like where he wrote
Yeah.
himself into the book.
Yeah,
It kind of reminded me of that kind of thing. I thought it was cool. I just think it's really weird that, I mean, it's not that, the book is not the movie. It's just a book about helping women how to, telling women how to understand
the
men.
book is just a centerpiece to the film. It's not really.
It's not really that much of a centerpiece to the film either. It's just, oh well, I don't know. I thought it was weird.
See, I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. Like every single scene, every single character had something to do with the book.
Right, but the book could have been non-existent to the movie and it wouldn't have made any difference. The movie would have played out the exact same if that book didn't exist. I mean, it really didn't make any difference.
I don't know what you're talking about. The premise of the movie is these 4 different women in 4 different relationships read this book, and it helps them change these 4 different guys. Every single character.
Right, and that could have happened if they had gone to a motivational seminar and heard a guy talk. that could have happened. If I mean, there could have been tons of different plot devices to get that ball rolling. It has nothing to do with that particular
I think
book.
the difference is
But what the plot device was the book.
Right, exactly.
that Steve Harvey wrote, and I think the difference is I think the difference is Peter Venkman.
Could have fought on anthills.
Yeah, I think that I don't know something about ants, but Matt's point is Peter Venkman can pick up a book in Ghostbusters, but literally there's a fly in here. Literally every page of the book was represented by a character. Like someone read the book and was like, I know how to write a movie around this. Whereas in Ghostbusters, they didn't write the movie around some ancient author's book. That'd be plagiarizing.
Yeah, Ryan, are you trying to say that you advocate plagiarism?
I disagree. It's like Tim Robbins. Is it Tim Robbins, his big self-help guy in Shallow Hal?
Yeah.
Did he get a writing credit because his self-help speeches
No,
were
because
in Shallow Hal?
because the self-help speech wasn't get hypnotized, then fall in love with women, and then realize. Whereas Steve Harvey's book is
Steve
Fire
Harvey's
Man.
book isn't have the guys read about the book and then learn how to trick the women and then everybody fall in love at the end. And I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just a part of the movie. That's all it is.
I see what you're saying. I just
We all see what you're saying. It's just we think that
you're wrong.
We think the book had a lot more to do with the characters and how the plot developed and how things played out than you obviously do.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk.
That's a true statement.
Here's what I like about this film is sometimes you see comedies and they're not that good, like The Comeback Kid with Ben Stiller. Remember that romantic comedy?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad, but there was a hilarious laugh out loud moment in it. I don't want to say it out loud, but it has to do with queefing. Sorry. Well,
all right.
but anyways, that was a laugh out loud moment, and I always remember that film is like special to me because I laughed so hard I lost my shit. But this one had a few pretty hilarious laugh out loud moments. The whole thing's consistently funny and whatever, but there's some pretty hilarious moments. What do you think I'm talking about? What scenes do you think I'm talking about?
I was just gonna say one of the things I really liked about the movie is that they were very self-aware that they were making a book, or that they were adapting, a book without a plot to a movie. They even had characters that were like, "This is stupid. Why would I read this book?"
Yeah.
They were aware that they had, primarily black main characters, and they called themselves out on it, and they made fun of themselves a little bit. They made fun of Tyler Perry movies, and that stuff is good.
Yeah. And I would say every white movie has a black friend, every black movie has a white friend, and I'd say this film surprisingly somehow does that role better than any film that I
never seen it. Yeah,
I can think of, and it's kind of nice to kind of.
The white guy was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was funny, but he wasn't the funny character. Like he had serious stuff to say about.
Yeah.
And it was a little different.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is I think they were very aware of what movie they were making, and I don't know. I really liked it. Obviously, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit when you're watching a romantic comedy.
Here's what I hate about romantic comedies in general. Normally in a romantic comedy, everybody is rich. Everybody has a nice place to live. All the friends are rich. Everybody's rich.
Yeah,
it's
that was supposed to be poor in the movie, who doesn't have a job, and he has this amazing apartment.
Yeah, I know. And he can afford this, food truck, and he can afford this big...
They didn't even explain that at all. They had the moment where the CFO or the COO woman walked into the apartment and was awed by how amazing the apartment is, but they didn't bother to explain anything about...
I just, even, what was that film that we saw that we never reviewed? From The Vow. They go... they're supposed to be struggling artists or whatever, or struggling guy. Everybody's rich. They're always rich in romantic comedies. And if they're not rich, it's an indie film. What the hell, man? Everybody was fucking loaded. It must be nice to, it's easier to have, romance and all this. That's all you focus on when you're, you and all your friends are filthy rich.
Kevin Hart is really good in it. He's really funny. I thought I was going to get, really annoyed by Kevin Hart just from the previews.
They spaced him out.
Is he the short one?
Yeah.
With the divorced?
Yeah.
the narrator.
That was one of my laugh out loud moments when he's in the bathroom and he's telling his wife, spoiler, I want you back, I'm coming back, and then some guy comes out of the stall and he pats him on the back and he like looks in the mirror like, because he didn't wash his hands, you know. And then I was already laughing hard, and then the guy had a hat on and he goes, "Who shits with a hat on?" Which, why would you not? I mean, but it's funny because you don't see it a lot.
You put any poop, shit, queef, barf joke in a movie and Max is eating it up.
Literally.
Yeah, so
Cats do that.
it's a little long. That's the only problem with it. But besides that, it was pretty good.
And I thought it was going to get real repetitive because they do there's a lot of characters and they do like each part of the book and they show each character, like the meet or the honeymoon phase, and it shows each character and someone narrates it. And then like the breakup phase and they show each character, you know, and it's like, but they somehow managed to keep my interest and it was really good. Everybody was laughing. Everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, everybody in my theater was laughing and it was pretty good.
Yeah, but people in my theater kept like shouting out at the film, like, "Don't go in there."
All right,
That was
thanks
a
for
racist
watching.
thing. All right.
Well, we had to be a little racist.